Hello soulmate, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'll be learning how to make this beautiful Ankara baggy trouser. So if this is what you would like, you can continue watching, and please don't forget to like, subscribe and drop a beautiful comment. So in this trouser, there is an elastic waist and a side pocket. So I'll be explaining how I went about it. So let's start. So for this video, we'll be needing about 3 yards of Ankara fabric, and we'll be needing 2 inches elastic, then your thread, tape and all of that. So it's just as simple as that. So I have my fabric cut out here already. So for the width, I divided my hip round by 2 because I wanted it to be very full. So if you want yours to be very full, you could divide your hip round by 2. And for the vertical measurement, now I just want to go out to mark out my cross line. So for the cross line, you will minus 3 inches, which is for the waistband. So if you want your band to be 2 inches, you could actually minus 2 inches for your waistband. And after marking my crotch, the next thing I want to do now is to mark out my length. So for the length, if you want it, you measure where you want your length to be. So you go out and mark it and add extra 2 inches for hemming allowance. So for the width, you could actually, if you want yours not to be too full, you could make yours to be your hip round maybe divided by 4, and you add extra inches to it, maybe 5 or 6 or 7 inches, depending on how full you want it to be. So the next thing after this that I want to do now is my crotch depth. So for this crotch top, the baggy trouser, the crotch depth, what I'll be doing, I'll divide my hip round by 10, and what I have, I'll just go ahead to mark it round. The reason I'm doing this is because it's a full trouser, it's a baggy trouser, so I do not want my crotch to be tight on me. And so after marking this, I'll go ahead to draw a straight line to connect it, just as you can see me do here. So after the next thing I want to do is our crotch curve. So I'll go ahead to mark out my hip line. Don't forget, for me, my band length is 3 inches. So I'm going ahead to measure minus 3 inches. As you can see, 3 inches away. And from that part, I'll come out by 0.5 inches and use it as a guide for my crotch curve. So I'll just go ahead and curve it out. And at this point, these are the only thing you'll be doing for this baggy trouser. The next thing you want to do now is to cut it out. But before then, I would just want mine to be curvy a bit. So I'll come in from my waistline by 1.5 inches and go ahead and connect it to my hip line. So after connecting this, you just want to use your hand to align it and make it curve a bit down. And what we want to do now is to cut out. Okay, so the next thing we'll be doing now is to cut out the back. So for this back, I just want to place my front on the back, just as you can see like this. The only difference between the front and the back is that the back will be 2 inches wider than the front, and the crotch line will be 1 inch. You could make yours 1.5 or 1 inches longer than the front. So I'll just want to go ahead, measure 1.5 inches up there, and go ahead and mark it round. So after marking it round, the next thing you want to do now is I'll be extending my back crotch line by 3 inches, and I'll go ahead, come to my hip line also as we did for the front, come out by 0.5 inches and connect it to the extra 1 inch crotch back depth that we have at the back. So after this now, next thing I want to do is to connect this to my waistline, just as you can see. But for that waistline, there will be no extra allowance at that side. And the next thing I'll do is to mark 2 inches from this inseam allowance. Inseam, I'll just go ahead to mark 2 inches down because the back is going to be 2 inches wider than the front. So that is what I'm just going to do. After doing this, I just want to pick my scissors. And this part, I just want, because the lines were not, the hem was not equal, I made it equal, and I would just want to cut out. So this is just the cutting for the back. It's just straightforward. It's a free pant, and there are no any extra busy measurement or any of that. So the next thing you want to do is your pocket. So for this pocket, I'm gonna have to cut this out from my pocket. So for the width, I have about 16 inches, and for the length I have about 12 inches. So unfold for the width will be 8 inches. So if you want your pocket to be more longer, you could go ahead to make yours probably 14 or 15 inches. So I have my front part here. So what I want to do now is to notch out where I want the pocket to be. So from my waist point, I will measure down 7 inches down, and I'll just go ahead to notch it out, which I had already done. Then from the waist part, measuring that way, I'll go ahead to mark out. You could actually do 2 inches, but I'll be using 2.5 inches, 2 inches or 2.5, and I'll go ahead to use my scissors to notch it out. So for this part now, what you want to do is to pick out your pocket, and please just watch as I place it. I'll be placing the right side facing the right side, just like this. And now from that part I notched on the waistline, I just want to go ahead to sew slanted down to the other part where I notched 7 inches. So you just go to your sewing machine. You could use your pin to hold it down. So you just go ahead, sew and sew slanted to that part. So while sewing there, it could come out by 1/2 inches. So you just go to your sewing machine, sew slanted. So this is what I have after sewing slanted. So I just want to go ahead to trim. So one thing you should note is that I started from 1/2 inches and I stopped 1/2 inches at this part. So those going to be for joining the band and joining the sides. So I just want to go ahead, use my scissors and trim out. While trimming out, ensure to leave about 1/2 inches there. And you go ahead to open it like this and stitch it like this on your sewing machine. Okay, so I'm done with that, and the next thing you want to do is your turn over. So I'll just be showing you how to go about that. So you could just place it like this. While you place it like this, then the next thing you want to bring the pocket out and align it side by side. So please just watch as I go about this part carefully. So this is what the back looks like when you turn it. So I just want to take my time and just like show you the process on how I went about for this pocket. So while placing like this is what the back still looks like. And then the only aim is just that you just want to bring it out and sew. So I just want to show how everything looks like here. So you just like fold it like this and ensure it aligns with the hem of the listing, like it comes to the side front of the trouser. And at this point you want to use your office pin to hold it down so that it lays flat. So that part where I stopped my 1/2 inches, I just brought it out now. Ensure it lays flat and you use your office pin to hold. So you bring out the 1/2 inches part for the up part, and that up part you go ahead to sew it like this on your sewing machine. You sew the waist part, hold it and sew it. So while going to sew, you use your office pin to hold it down, and for this down part you just stitch it. So I'll use my chalk to show you that part, what that part should look like. That notched part with my chalk that I marked with my chalk, so you just go ahead to your sewing machine and stitch it. So you want to use your office pin so that it does not shake. Some of this is just for the pocket to lay flat, so you don't have your pocket bulging. That is the aim of ensuring it lay flat at this point before going to sew, because if you get it right here, your pocket will actually come out well. So I'm done sewing that. What I want to do now is to open it like this and go in and sew in by 1/2 inches on those parts that I noted. So just go in, turn into the other side, sew in by 1/2 inches like this, and our pocket is ready. So the next thing we want to do now is to join our front side for the crotch part together. So this is what I have for the left side of my front, and I'll just place this other part on the crotch lines like this and go ahead, place it to ensure it aligns well, and go ahead sew in by the crotch by 1/2 inches. So I just want to do this for both the front and for the back. So after this, the next thing we want to do now, I'm done joining for both the front and the back. I just want to go ahead to place both sides and join both sides together. So I'll just open it like this and place the back on the front and go ahead to sew on the side by 1 inches on both sides. So I'll just get my front now, place it on it. Just while placing it, just ensure everything is well together, like well aligned. And for this inseam, I'll just go in, sewing by 1 inches on this inseam, and on the side sewing by 1 inch. So for the while placing it, for it to be stable, you could use your office pin to hold it firm. So I'll just go ahead like this and place it this way, sew in by 1 inches on both sides. And at this point, we have our pants almost ready. The next thing we want to go to now after sewing this is our elastic waist. Okay, so I'm done with that. So the next thing we want to do now is our waistband, and I will just want to go ahead to measure my round waist, measure what I have here, and I'll be using that to cut out my band. So for what I have here, so I've already gone ahead to cut out my band. So you use it to cut out your band. So the length of your band could be the measurement you had at. So this is the midpoint of the band, and I'll get my elastic. So for this elastic, what you will be cutting out is your actual waist measurement, or you could make your waist measurement, get your waist measurement and minus probably 2 and 1.5 inches. Depends on how firm you want it to be on your waist. But you just could actually work with your actual waist measurement so that when you are joining, you've already removed 1 inches and you are 1 inches lesser than your waist measurement. So I'll go ahead to sew on both sides just as you could see. So I'm done with that, and the next thing I want to do now is to sew my elastic to my waistband. So just as you could see me do here, I'll just go ahead, place it. I'll fold it first, then right this folding, in case, because at this point it was like disturbing me, but you could just use your pin, office pin, to hold it firm while you get the folding round. And I'll go to my sewing machine to explain how I went about this part. So I just want to go ahead to place it in just as I had illustrated on my sewing machine on inside the waistband, just like this, and go ahead to sew in here by 1/2 inches. So I'll be doing this, placing it in and be sewing around until I'm able to sew around and I'm able to cover all the elastic. So while doing this, you will notice it will be stretchy a bit, so just try to guide it well while you sew around. So after doing this, my hands were a bit off the camera. At that point where we joined, I'll just go ahead to open it. So this is what our elastic waist look like. So at this point, you could actually go to sew it like this to your machine. I'm sorry, to your trousers, but for me, I just want to like stitch on it. So for this stitching, I'll say you should do 2 stitches. So that is the point where I opened, and the rope will be passing through that point. So I would just want to use my this thing, office pin, to a bit hold it, to see if I could hold it so that it will allow me to sew on the machine. So it allows me to sew on the elastic without giving stress. So for this sewing, while sewing this, you just mark the midpoint 1/2 inches in there and go ahead to sew on it. So for me, because I had wanted my elastics to be 3, like I wanted the lines to be 3, so I'll be doing 1/2 inches from the up. Then I'll go ahead to sew down. So just watch how I'm sewing on this. You just want to go ahead to be dragging, like you just not want to sew it just like that, so that the rope can, so the elastic can draw. So you just want to be dragging the line and dragging the band while sewing this. So while sewing, just ensure that whatever, irrespective of how many lines you're sewing, just ensure that your rope, the part where your rope is going to pass, you have enough space there for, so that you won't have issue while passing your rope around it. Because for me, I had issue. I did not like give enough lines. So while passing my rope, there was need for me to lose so that the rope could pass through. So just ensure you have enough line and enough space at the part where you'll be where you'll be passing your rope through. So this is what we have after sewing, and I've gone ahead to pass my rope. So I used a office pin to pass my rope in, and after that, the next thing I just want to do now is to sew this to round my trousers, my trouser waist, and that is that. So thank you. Please don't forget to like, subscribe. Thank you.